Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We're surrounded by books. That gives us a few different options. But today we're here for a book haul. And this might be one of the best book hauls I've ever done. It was chef's kiss. One baggie, 2 bags. I went to McKAY's. I've talked about McKAY's before, but they are a new, they sell new and used books as well as like records, Funko Pops, and other things like that. But I personally just go for the books and it never disappoints. But I don't know what was in the water this time around. I found so many special edition books, deluxe books, indie print. It was amazing. And I got a lot of deals. And I brought books in this time around. They have a trading system where you can, trade books and either get cash back or store credit. I did store credit. I had $37.01 in store credit. And it was amazing. It was great. So I have a lot of good books, mainly romance, but I do have some fantasy and like dark romance and some romantasy in the mix. It's a lot of books, so I'm probably not going to be as detailed just so we can get them done. And we're not talking for 5 hours because that can happen. So let's get started, shall we? Oh, and as always, I will put the original price on the screen and then the price I got it for. First up, we have My Dark Romeo. Y'all, look at that. Mr. and Mrs. Costa. And then on the back it says, "You will forever be my perfect dark Romeo." So obviously it comes in the hard case, but here we have her in her entirety. And it's by Parker S. Huntington and L.J. Shen. Pretty. And then Some Romeos Deserve to Die on the back. Edges. Bookmark. And then, wait for it because it's not over. Look at the hardcover itself. This red with the gold foiling. And on the back it says, "You're my favorite plot twist." Stunning. And then it does have end pages. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so fun fact, I've actually read this book already, but it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And this version has bonus content in it, so obviously it's time for a reread. This is also the start of a series. The second one is already out, but it's getting republished in this type of edition. I don't know when, probably soon. But I got this one for $14.50. I could tell you the original price was nowhere near that. And then hold on. I'm gonna split it for myself. This has a total of 295 pages. I'll do like a little brief read. My fairy tale turned into a cautionary one, inked in tar and sealed in tears. It was supposed to be a harmless kiss at a lavish debutante ball, a clandestine moment with a handsome stranger. But unlike his namesake, my Romeo isn't driven by love. He's fueled by revenge. To him, I'm a chess piece, leverage, his rival's betrothed. To me, he is a man, deserving of poison, a dark prince I refuse to marry. He thinks I'll accept my fate. Well, I plan to rewrite it, and in my story, Juliet doesn't die, but Romeo, he perishes. Obviously, enemies to lovers vibe, and then Romeo and Juliet vibes. Again, not going to talk too much about this because I have read it, although I can't tell you it from memory. I do remember some things, and don't want to spoil it. But I'm looking forward to doing a reread, especially with bonus content, and honestly, the edition is stunning. Moving on to some more good stuff. We have the Fallen World completed trilogy by Thalassa. Don't know if I said that right. But yes, it's 3 books in one. They call this like an omnibus when they just put the whole series in one book, which I think is cool. And I think this is the first one where the entire series is in one book that I own. So it's pretty cool. Found it as I was getting ready to leave. Love it. And I have read a bunch of Lord Thalassa's books before, and I enjoy them. She does a lot of like dark romance, dark fantasy vibes, and they're all so good. So I'm looking forward to this one. The completed 3-book bundle of the Fallen World trilogy. In the future, the world is at war. For the last decade, King Lazuli of the Eastern Empire has systematically taken over the world. No one knows much about him other than a series of impossible facts. He cannot die, he has not aged since the conflict began, and he wants to rule the world. All Serenity Freeman has known is bloodshed. War has taken away her mother, her home, her safety. As the future emissary of the Western United Nations, the last autonomous region of the globe, she is responsible for forging alliances where she can. Surrender is on the horizon. The king can taste it. Serenity feels it deep within her bones. There is no other option. Now the two must come face to face. For Serenity, that means confronting the man who's taken everything from her. For the king, it means meeting the one woman he can't conquer. But when they meet, something happens. Cruelty finds redemption. Only in war, everything comes with a price, especially love. Awesome. And I also think this is an indie published version, because like on the back it has Laura's like website that you can go to. So I think this is indie published, which is cool. Indie just means the author published it before it got picked up for a publishing company. And I don't know if this one has been picked up, but usually once an author's book gets picked up by a publishing company, they republish it. So there's an indie version that the author did, and then a different version that's done with the publishing company. But yeah, I'm excited. It's giving enemies to lovers. I didn't really know much about this one. It wasn't initially like on my TBR, but I enjoy her writing, so I'm looking forward to this one. And how can you pass up 3 books in one for the price of $6.50? Is crazy. That's amazing. And then because she's so thick, there are 544 pages. Moving on. Okay, so I need to do this one. This is A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett. What is Scarlett St. Clair? This is book 2 in her Hades and Persephone series. The last time I actually went to McKAY's, I found the first book, which I had been wanting to read for a very long time. And this time I found books 2 and 3 of the series. And that's how they end. But there's also apparently another series that kind of takes place from Hades' point of view that you can tandem read or you can read after. I didn't find those, so we're gonna tackle that another day. We're just gonna finish with the books that I have. And I have read the first one and really enjoyed it, so I was happy to find books 2 and 3. So I won't talk too much about this one because it is gonna spoil if you haven't read the first one. So you might wanna skip this and the next one because I have the 3rd book. No spoilers, if that's cool with you. Are you saying you wouldn't fight for me? Hades sighed and brushed his finger along her cheek. Darling, I would burn this world for you. Persephone's relationship with Hades has gone public, and the resulting media storm disrupts her normal life and threatens to expose her as the goddess of spring. To add to her troubles, everyone seems eager to warn Persephone away from the god of the dead by exposing his hellish past. Things only get worse when a horrible tragedy leaves Persephone's heart in ruins and Hades refusing to help. Desperate, she takes matters into her own hands, striking bargains that lead to severe consequences, faced with crushing loss and a side of Hades she never knew. Persephone wonders if she can truly become Hades' queen. Sounds like we're gonna have some conflict. Yes, we had conflict in book 1, but it doesn't seem like much in comparison to this one right here. So again, just looking forward to diving back into this one. Got this for $13.50, and then our page count is 440 pages. So she's a little thick side. And then again, I found book 3, A Touch of Malice, the conclusion. Again, they have the other series. So this is the Hades and Persephone series, but then there's the Hades saga that starts with A Game of Fate. And it has a few other books. I think it's happening at the same time as this one, if I'm explaining that correctly. I could be wrong, but check that. I got this for $14.50. And then our page count is 455 pages. It's another thickie. Okay, moving on. We have Scandalous by L.J. Shen. So this is the last book I needed in the series to complete. I have all of these books. This is actually book 3, not book 4. I just could never find this book, and they were all reprinted with sprayed edges that coincide with the color that's on the cover. And I was lucky enough to find the sprayed edge version of this. You also don't have to read these books in any order. They are interconnected, but I don't think it's really going to be bad if you don't read them in order. I, though, have been reading them in order. Yes, just do with that what you will. They call it a forbidden apple for a reason, and she knows it only looks so shiny because it can destroy her. Hard, cold, and calculated, Trent Rexworth rarely speaks, and when he does, it's with disdain. When he does, Evie Van Der Zee's, weird names, stomach flips and her world tilts on its axis. But when he does, his words aren't meant for her. He is 33, she is 18. He's a single dad and Evie's father's business partner. She's a high school senior and his enemy's daughter. Even without any of that, Trent is emotionally unavailable, and yet when Evie comes to intern at his office, she finds herself feeling everything she shouldn't for him. But the two of them are doomed from the start. The writing isn't just on the wall. Evie's father wants dirt on Trent to cut him out of their business and is blackmailing Evie into getting it for him. She's lying, stealing, and plotting Trent's downfall, all while fighting the forbidden heat between them. She can't stay away. As it turns out, neither can Trent. A scandal is the last thing the Van Der Zee family needs. But a scandal is exactly what Evie's going to give them. So, obviously, this age gap, 18 and 33, in hindsight, it's not bad. Like, I've read books where the age gap is worse than this, but I wish it wasn't a high school senior. I wish she would a college freshman at least. The high school seems a bit odd and suspect because what do you have in common? But they always seem to have something in common. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be a quick read. I'm locked in because I have been enjoying the other books in the series so far. So I'm hoping I'm gonna enjoy this. We're gonna try to push past this age gap because it could be worse. But also, I'm gonna just age the girl up in my head or something because it's a little weird. I got this book for $7.50 and it has a total of 326 pages. It's also digitally signed by the author. Moving on. We have Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. I don't know if I said that right, but this is the second book in the series. It's also the conclusion. I have not finished reading the first book, so I'm not going to spoil this one, but really enjoyed it. My friend Hannah, I think she's actually finished the series and she's been talking about it, and I've honestly been meaning to get the second book. I just haven't. So when I found it, I was like, oh, wonderful. And also it's in great condition as well. So this has, I got this for $12.50. And let's see our page count. This book has extras in it. 465 pages, and I'm not sure exactly what the extras are. I don't want to dive too deep and then spoil something for myself, but it has extra content. We love to see it. From now on, we are about to be in just romance books, so brace yourself. Okay. So these next two I have are part of a series. This is Playing Hard to Get by Monica Murphy. Look how cute. And this is the first print run, has the sprayed edges. I've been meaning to get it, but then I think one time I wanted to get it, I already had too much stuff, so I didn't. And then they ran out of the first print edition, which, do I have to have the book with sprayed edges? No. Do I want the book with sprayed edges? Yes. So when I saw it today in great condition, I had to get it. And honestly, we must have lost a book talk baddie, because there were so many books donated from this one girl, Brittany Adams, because she like stamped her books. I don't know who you are, Brittany, but thanks, girl, because I took home a handful of your books. They have a wonderful home now, and they will be loved. Okay. The star footballer makes a play for his bookish tutor in the sexy sports romance from the New York Times best-selling author Monica Murphy. Knox McGuire is the king of our college campus. He's the tight end on the football team, brash, loud, and outgoing, the ultimate player, both on and off the field. Everyone loves him, unlike me. I'm a walking cliche, the shy introvert who prefers books to people. That's not a bad thing. No one even knows I exist. After watching my mother put up with my ex-athlete father and everything that comes with putting his career first, I've learned to stay far away from guys like Knox, until of course I find myself tutoring him. It turns out that Knox is hiding a secret side, one that no one else even knows about. It sparked something I thought I locked down ages ago. But next thing I know, we're getting hot and heavy in the library, which was never part of the plan. Now Knox says he can't stop thinking about me, can't stop wanting me, and if I let myself, I could want him just as badly, more even. I'm trying my best to play defense, even when keeping my distance feels impossible. But when Knox's feelings turn serious, can I let go of my hard-earned solitude and let him and all his unpredictability in? We love a tutor sports romance. Those are always good too. And I'm talking about hot and heavy in a library. Excuse me. This is after hours, like what's the tea? So this is obviously going to be an opposites attract vibe. And our football player has this secret side to him that no one knows, because everyone stereotypes him because he's a football player. Yes, it looks like a quick read though. I'm excited because I've been wanting to read this one for a while. I got it for $7, and then our page count is 338. And then moving on to the second book in the series, it's called Playing by the Rules. Again, Monica Murphy. Look at it. The next first print edition. I don't know if there's any more in this series, but these were the only two that I could find, and they were right next to each other. So I grabbed them at the same time to come home with me. I'm pretty sure this is just an interconnected series, so it won't hurt to read the back of this one because it does focus on a different couple, just like same college setting. Camden Fields is the star quarterback of our college football team. He's also quiet, smart, and absolutely gorgeous. The player most women on the campus dream about. And while he's had a few casual hookups over the years, it's never anything serious. Cam doesn't do serious. He also doesn't do me. See, I'm his best friend's little sister, and whenever we're around each other, he's always warning me that I'm off limits, that nothing can ever happen between us. But I see the way he looks at me when he thinks I'm not watching. The heat in his gaze, the hunger. He can deny it, but that man wants me. I want him too, and I'm tired of always being the good girl and doing what everybody expects. For once, I'm going to break all the rules that have restrained me my entire life. I'm going after Camden Fields, and no one can stop me. I love a brother's best friend romance because it's always going to give secrets and drama, and it's going to be a little messy, And I'm here for that because it adds. We love a cute little fluffy romance. But let's spice it up with some drama. And we're here for it. We're here for it. I mean, I don't know much. It's gonna do the job, and I'm gonna enjoy it. It was also $5. We love that. We love a deal. And it's 355 pages, so a little bit more than the first one. Let's go with more romance. So here we have The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. These are the deluxe edition versions, so they have the edges. It's so pretty, and these are what they look like. So if you don't know, this series has been, I'm trying to open it so y'all can see. But it's been produced into a live action series on Amazon Prime. Seasons 1 and 2 are out. Season 3 is coming out July 17th. But they're only gonna release episodes once a week, so it won't finish until September. But I've always wanted to read the series before the series concluded with Amazon Prime. So I will finally be able to do that now that I have them. And they all match. I love that. I found this on a whim. They had it displayed on like the YA section because this is young adult. But yes, I've been meaning to read this series, and I'm so excited to finally have it and read it. I personally am already Team Conrad based on watching the series. You can be Team Conrad, Team Jeremiah, but Team Conrad is the right team to be on. So, Belly has always lived for the summertime because summer means all of her favorite things: swimming, the beach, and the Fisher Boys, Conrad and Jeremiah. For as long as she can remember, she shared her summers with the brothers at Cousins Beach. And for as long as she can remember, she's been in love with Conrad. But all it takes is one summer for things to change. And now Conrad might have feelings for Belly too, as does Jeremiah. As the summer season passes, Belly has to choose between the two boys she loves the most, knowing that she'll have to break one of their hearts. So I'm not really a love triangle girly. I really am not. I love direct line. But I'm here for it. And I'm not going to say too much on it because, again, I've already watched seasons 1 and 2. But I have heard that some of what they adapted into live action isn't in the books, or it's not following exactly the books, but most of it is the same. So I'm interested to see how much has changed, but excited nonetheless. And I got this for $18. I'm not doing the individual page count, but there we have it. Moving on. We have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. Look at this beautiful edition. Yes, yes. And also the end pages. Pretty in pink. And then it comes with the bookmark. So these are 3 books. They're all in the Knock 'Em Out series. They're a small town romance vibe going on. I've read book 1 and I really enjoyed it. And all 3 of the books have been released in an edition this style. The first book is a blue cover, the second one is pink, and then the third one is purple. So essentially they all follow this theme, but in the respective colors. And I couldn't believe I found this one. But yeah, based on reading the first book, I think that I'm really gonna enjoy this book. And I've read other books by this author that I enjoy. So here you can see like the list of things. But yeah, he made me feel like I was special. He made me feel like he needed me. No one's ever needed me. So cute. I will also say Lucy Score, she writes some thick romance books. Sometimes you'll be like, what do you have to say this much? But it all works out in the end. It doesn't have like a little summary in this special edition. So we're just going based off of what's happening on the back. But this has a total of 485 pages, so a little bit on the thick side. And then I got it for $15. Moving on, another special edition. This is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Look how absolutely pretty she is. And she does in fact come with a bookmark. And then, so y'all can see the hard case. Look how pretty that is, reflective. And then in pages, stunning. I love it. I have read Christina Lauren before and I enjoy it. Also, if you don't know, Christina Lauren is a combination of two authors. They write together. So you can see. This is another one that we're not going to dive too deep in because I'm trying to be mindful of time. What's your favorite word? Macy Sorensen is settling into an ambitious, if emotionally unsatisfying routine. Work hard as a San Francisco pediatric residence, plan her wedding to an older, financially secure man, keep her head down and her heart tucked away. It's the best way to ensure she won't get hurt again. But when she runs into Elliot Petropoulos, the first and only love of her life, the careful bubble she's constructed begins to dissolve. Once upon a time, Elliot was Macy's entire world, growing from her gangly, bookish friend into the man who coaxed her heart open, only to break it on the very night he declared his love for her. As teens, Elliot and Macy grew from friends to much more, devouring books, sharing favorite words, and talking through their growing pains and triumphs. But as estranged adults, can they overcome the past decade of silence in hopes of rediscovering an all-consuming love? So, second chance romance. It better be worth it, because sometimes I don't like second chance romances because I'm like, they didn't really deserve the second chance. It's not giving. But some of them, if it's done right, the second chance is well deserved. So I'm hoping. But I've heard really good things about this book. On the back, it says, limerence. There's no other word like it. The state of being infatuated with another person. I got this book for $8. $8, people. It's a steal. And it has a total of 465 pages. She's so pretty. Okay. Another special edition, deluxe edition. So this is Deep In by Ali Hazelwood. I have already read this book. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite Ali Hazelwood books. I'm a person where if I really enjoy a book and there's multiple editions and so forth, I'm going to get them. So this is not the first time I have had multiple copies of one book. It's just, I'm one of those people where if I like it, I will in fact buy it again. This is an Afterlight exclusive, so I'm definitely going to have to look up the price. But sometimes books can get like picked up from different book boxes and things like that, and there's different versions of them. So kind of if you miss the book box when it's released, there's no chance of you getting this book. So I was so happy to find it. Look at this. Look at it. This is the hardcover itself. It says Wet Flower. The book was originally going to be called Wet, but I think something happened, so she changed it to Deep In. But certain books have things like that say Wet Floor, or it says Wet on it, just to give you context. But this end page, yup. And this one, yes. And the edges. And it makes sense, you guys, because they both deal with swimming. So that's why this is the vibe. And as you can see, it says like hashtag get wet. I love it. Again, I've enjoyed this book, already read it. So why not have another version? So I'm just gonna read the back, but he pulls back and it's like the first dive of every morning practice. Freezing water slapping against my skin, jerking me awake. He stands and walks away, leaning against the doorframe, his arms folded on his chest, casual, unaffected. I was, maybe still am, ready to do a pretty unspeakable things for him in an open room with 30 to 40 people downstairs, if only he were to ask. And I got this for $8.50. And I know the person who originally bought this book probably paid an arm and a leg. And it has a total of 446 pages. Love her. Then we have Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I've been wanting this one. It's the start of a series. There's 2 books. I don't know if more are coming out. But when I saw this price, $3.50, I said, you're coming home with me. And this is a first edition because it has the sprayed edges. And I was trying to show. The other book in the series is called Scorched. But again, I don't know if it's just going to be the 2 books. No one could replace me in his life. I knew that. I was the friend who knew everything about him and whom he trusted above everyone else. For 21-year-old Sydney Bell, being in love with Kyler isn't anything new. They've been best friends ever since he pushed her down on the playground and she made him eat a mud pie. Somewhere over the years, she fell for him and fell hard. The problem, he never stayed with a girl longer than a few nights. And with it being their last year of college, Sydney won't risk their friendship by declaring her feelings. Meanwhile, Kyler has always put Sydney on a pedestal too high to reach. To him, she's everything, but he's hidden away his feelings, drowning them in other girls instead. After all, Kyler will always be the poor boy from the wrong side of the tracks, and Sid will always be the best thing he can never have. But when they're stranded together on a posh ski resort after a massive snowstorm, there's nothing stopping their red-hot feelings from finally coming to the surface. Can their friendship survive the attraction? Better yet, can they survive at all? Because as the snow falls, someone is stalking them. And this trip may be a life changer in more ways than one. Love it. But see, all I'm saying, they both have feelings for each other and no one said anything. But if we had really good communication like we should, we wouldn't be dancing around each other. But hey, that's just me. Also, this seems like a quick read. Again, I got it for $3.50. And our page count is 298. Okay, so this also gives you a sneak peek at the next book. So Frigid and Scorched are in fact a duology, so you do have to read them in order. They follow the same couple. There we have it. We have 3 more books. So this one is The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. I have been collecting the books in this series, not just from McKAY's, but mostly from McKAY's. It's 6 books. I have 5 of them. I found the 6th one, but it wasn't in good condition. And both of the books were like either bent or like messed up at the top, so I didn't get it. But I just need 1 more and then I'll have the complete series. These are all interconnected. They do follow like friend groups and stuff like that. I have been reading them just as I get them because yeah, I'm gonna read the book. So I would obviously say for optimal reading experience, read them in order. I'm just reading them as I get them. There we have it. Okay, Maddie and Theo have 2 things in common. 1, Alexa is their best friend. 2, they hate each other. After an oops, we made a mistake night together, neither one can stop thinking about the other. With Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, Maddie and Theo both share bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're comfortable with. Underneath the sharp barbs they toss at each other is a shimmering attraction that won't fade. It builds until they find themselves sneaking off together to release some tension when Alexa isn't looking, agreeing they'll end it once the wedding is over. When the wedding date is suddenly pushed up and they have only a few months left of their secret rendezvous, they find themselves disappointed that the end is near. 2 people this different can't possibly have a connection other than purely physical, right? But as with any engagement with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. First and foremost, don't fall in love. I've been enjoying the different books in the series. I'm excited to read this one because it sounds really good and I've heard really good things about this one. Also, I just love Jasmine Guillory, so yeah. We got this book for $7.50, and it has a total of 337 pages, so a bit of a quick read. I was trying to see also if they had all the books she had published. So this is the first 3 books in the order, and as of now I have all these books, but I've only read the proposal. But it's fine, we're gonna catch up. Another Jasmine Guillory book, The Wedding Date. So I finally have the first book in the series. It's been a long time coming, glad to have it. Let's see. So this is Alexa. This is Alexa now. About to take B as my date, to pretend to have and to hold, from rehearsal dinner to reception until Sunday do us part. Agreeing to go to a wedding with a guy she gets stuck with in an elevator is something Alexa Monroe wouldn't normally do. She's definitely not the spontaneous type, but there's something about Drew Nichols that's too hard to resist. Drew has never found it hard to meet women or to know just when to leave them. But now, on the eve of his ex's wedding festivities, he's minus a +1 until a power outage strands him with the perfect candidate for a fake girlfriend. From the best man's toast to the bouquet toss, Alexa and Drew have more fun than they ever thought possible. But before they know it, Drew has to fly back to Los Angeles and his job as a pediatric surgeon, and Alexa heads off to Berkeley, where she's the mayor's chief of staff, and neither of them can stop thinking about the other. They're just 2 high-powered professionals on a collision course toward the long-distance dating disaster of the century, or closing the gap between what they think they need and what they truly want. There we have it. Oh, this is so awesome. Obviously, reading the back of the wedding party, Alexa and Drew work things out, and they are in fact gonna get married. But hey, we're gonna read about their journey to getting married. So I got this one for $9.50, and our page count here is 325 pages. Last book. So excited for this one. This is Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. This is part of the Meant to Be series. I have all of the books except for the newest published one, which is a Mulan retelling. I arc read it and I loved it. It was a 5-star read. I just need the physical copy. And I found 2 of them at McKAY's and then 2 of them shopping elsewhere. But really excited. Obviously, as you can see, it's a Rapunzel retelling, and with the Meant to Be series, they're all written by different authors, focusing on different fairy tales, so you don't have to read them in any order. You don't have to read all of them if you don't want to, but they've done a Cinderella one, Beauty and the Beast, The Little Mermaid, Rapunzel, and then Mulan. I haven't read the Cinderella one yet, and I haven't read this one because I obviously just got it. But I've enjoyed all of them that I have read. She has a dream, he has a plan. Together they'll take a leap of faith. Ren has never held an iPhone, Googled the answer to a question, or followed a crush on social media. What she has done, read a book or 2 or 3, okay, hundreds. Taught herself to paint, built a working wind power system from scratch. But for all those books she reads, Ren has never found one that can teach a woman raised on a homestead and off the grid for most of her 22 years how to live in the real world. So when she achieves her lifelong dream of attending Corona College, it feels like her life is finally beginning. Fitz has the rest of his life mapped out. Graduate from Corona at the top of his class, get his criminal record wiped clean, and pass himself off as the rich, handsome player everyone thinks he is. He's a few short months from checking off step 1 of his plan when Ren Glendon, with her cascading blonde hair and encyclopedic brain, crashes into his life. And for the first time, Fitz's plan is in jeopardy. This simple assignment in their immunology seminar changes the course of both of their lives. And suddenly, they're thrown out of the frying pan and into the fire on a road trip that will lead them in the most unexpected directions. When they're out on the open road, the world somehow shifts, and the unlikely pair realizes that maybe the key to the dreams they've both been chasing has been sitting next to them the whole time. New York Times bestselling author duo Christina Lauren dream up a witty and deeply romantic modern reimagining of The Princess and the Tower for anyone who has ever longed to let their hair down. I just know I'm gonna love it. Again, every book in this series I have read, I have loved, so I really think I'm gonna love this one. I got it for $8, and we have a total of 309 pages, so fairly quick reading. But that's my book haul from McKAY's. I'm telling y'all, it's probably the greatest book haul I have. The best trip to McKAY's for sure. And yeah, it left me a happy camper. And of course, I will be back because McKAY's never disappoints. Usually I go back through all the books. We're not doing that because that was a lot of books to get through. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 books. So we're not doing that. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and check for a McKAY's near you because it's always gonna get the job done. Okay? Check for McKAY's near you. It will solve your problems. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.